Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the record. Um, it has been very strange last couple of days for sure, especially for a lot of the twin flames who are getting into the next phase of their twin flame journey or slash twin flame relationship. And this is my intention is for those who are in some sort of karmic situation. You both or one of the twin is in a karmic commitment. Uh, it doesn't necessarily have to be marriage. Let me put it out there right from the start. It could be a mother, sister, any such situation, but mostly it is about marriages, karmic marriages, where some of the masculines are still in denial, still in resistance, and so we're going to check on what is going on. The last couple of days, the masculines have been experiencing certain things which they are resisting, and so the feminine is picking up on that energy. If that's not yet happening to you, it might be. Yay, the first card is happy happy. That's wonderful. Number 8. So the feminine is picking up on that emotional turmoil or the purging, the clearing of the old energies, emotional body pain that the masculine is going through, and she is kind of assisting him by being the anchor, by being the roots, by being someone. She's not doing his work. We don't do each other's work, but we can hold space, we can pray, we can cleanse our own energy bodies, and by virtue of that, we can clear up and assist our twin as well, because we are essentially one, we are one container. And so there is a lot of questions that have surfaced, so I'll keep shuffling while I'm asking. But I just wanted an overall message for what the hell is going on, or what can be expected in the next few days for those in this karmic situation who are feeling it. I want to also take a moment right now to also talk about those who are coming close to the unions, the reunions, or coming into a twin flame relationship, having walked and done their bit on the twin flame journey, which will always be ongoing. Even when you do come into union, does not mean the energies of ascension will stop affecting you, or that you won't have to work on yourself, your mission, etc. But especially those who have been doing it very diligently, and now maybe communication has been briefly established. There is this what had come out in my collective reading, which I did a few days back. Please watch that. The feminines have this overwhelming desire to be the runner now, because if the past has not been cleared out completely, and yes, it is a process, so even if you've done it several times, there still might be a lingering doubt. Yes, there is trust issues happening. The ability to trust the masculine fully is not there, and it is being taken away for a reason, which is that she, whoever carrying the masculine energy, needs to come through, make the effort, prove themselves, win your trust back up, because they have really, really hurt you in the past. And so the feminines need to remain in surrender, continue praying and releasing any toxicity, negativity, fears, trust issues. Childhood wounds will be coming up big time for a lot of people with the alignment of Chiron, as well as now that Saturn is going station today, going direct, and then he'll be in his shadow period till pretty much end of November. Wow, a lot of things that were our lessons, and fingers crossed we have learned them, mastered them, cleared our stuff, and we are going to start seeing things, that we were very sure, and then suddenly we'll get a sudden boost of insight, inspiration. We'll let certain people leave our lives. We'll get out of our resistance where we have found that there has been a lot of blockages, be it in abundance, a lot of twins. No one speaks of this openly, but today I'm going to address it. A lot of twins are in karmic marriages, and there is lack of sex, or the sex is very unsatisfactory, and that is because you are meant to be with your sacred partner. It's only when your twin is not someone who is presenting themselves, making themselves emotionally available. The way it works with twins is, if this is the body, and ethically, if you can imagine, you have one body. For example, when the divine masculine's heart chakra opens, is when the feminine's sacral chakra becomes open and inviting to receive his energies, and vice versa. And it's always, we are always taking turns with the energies and all of that. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. So there's a lack of intimacy, a lot of sexual frustration, that is keeping us in a situation, in a mentality of lack and desire, wanting to grab, to get, to, it is not allowing us to be in unconditional receptive mode as feminines, or unconditionally giving mode as the masculine energy. Here I'm not talking genders, I'm talking energy. So be it with your own self as well. There might be a certain tussle you're feeling inside of you. Your mind says one thing, your heart says something else, or a part of you says, let's do it, another will try to resist. Like, there are times when I might want to do a reading, but a part of me is resisting. I'm not talking about guidance. For example, I knew I'm going to be doing this reading, but the energies were just so upsetting, because the collective of divine feminines are purging a lot of grief, pain, and especially around sexuality. Be it denied, they feel denied of their natural right to sexuality, be it about being in a very unsatisfactory, or where they have been used sexually. A lot of feminines feel used by the divine masculines as well. A lot of people have misunderstood, be it their soulmate, their lessons, their shadow twin, or the catalyst, or the karmics as the twin flames, and then they are staying in a negative space with regards to them, and that is causing a lot of stuff. But also those who have been victims of sexual abuse, trauma, be it in this lifetime or any other lifetime, a lot of that is being purged, being controlled, being manipulated, being brainwashed into thinking sex is something women don't desire, or that they should not be empowered, that they should not um, get their fill of a very beautiful, very fulfilling, very uplifting connection, and that they should be ashamed of their desires, of their how they look, their body shaming, or their sexuality shaming. Someone who is confident, is assertive, is generally left feeling, oh, she's a bitch, she's a slut, she's a whatever. Pardon, I'm using it just not because I like using these words, but to show what is projected onto such feminine energies of female gender. All that is purging out, and she is reclaiming her freedom, her sovereignty, and that is taking time because of the conditioning that we all have been put through generations and centuries. So it is very essential to keep coming back into our center, to do any rituals of candles, writing. Even though it's not full moon, it doesn't mean you cannot do your writing and burning release exercises. You can do that at any time, and be it journaling to keep track of what memories might be surfacing. Are there still people you need to forgive? Is there something you need to forgive yourself for? What is keeping you in the old cycle? Where have you lost your empowerment to others? What happened? What was the first incident where your power was taken away? You might have been too young to even know that someone dissed you for dancing in public. For example, you were a young girl and there was music playing and you started dancing in a restaurant, and they might have told you, good girls don't behave like that or something, and your power was slowly eroded. And now you're going to come back and say, F off, I'm going to be myself. And if someone is my true divine partner, they are going to sooner or later accept me exactly as I am, because no one is perfect and we will always have some shattered aspects we're working through. We will always have some amount of ego, be it for survival reasons, survival instinct, be it for self-preservation, self-protection. And the only thing we have to remember is not to be a slave to our ego, to our emotions, to our anger, to anything, but rather to use it to improve ourselves, our lives. All right. So, what I'm seeing here, at least for those who I'm channeling, for those who might be on my wave or my timelines as well, for us, this is a very crucial time. This has been something that got kick-started in August, especially got accelerated, and now acceleration is picking up. October, November is going to be extremely important, and the next 2, 3 weeks you have to remain in balance, because now where Venus is leading and she's going into the house of relationships, of equality, of balance, of equal give and take. She's not going to put up with nonsense, but that does not mean that you become aggressive and start becoming pushy. But yes, you will have to stand your ground, and the divine masculines who are used to you being cookie and to giving in to them, they might not like you standing up for yourself, asking for what your rights are, or asserting your point that, listen, I'm not going to indulge in any more time wastage with you if you're not going to stand up and give me my dues, if you're not going to treat me with respect, if you're not going to keep your commitment to me, if you're not going to show up consistently, I will not put up. There's more inner work needed, and we can reconnect when you feel ready to express your emotions, to be gentle, to be compassionate, to respect me, to respect my needs. Yes, we are one, but I am not identical. We are in some things polar. If you have your needs and personalities, so do I. And it has to be balanced. We have to work on finding a common ground, come on the same page. And if you are not going to be willing to do that, then I'm going to go back and I'm going to focus on my happiness, on my stability. I'm going to be with people who respect me, honor me, and I have the key to my own happiness, right? And what the universe is sending to us is someone who's going to give us a leg up, is going to support us, is going to somehow, be it coming to us from the etheric realms, something very magical happening. It can be someone who's older to you, someone you look to for advice. Whatever it is, it's going to happen right when you need it. A message will come to you, a sign will come to you, a meme will come to you, a person will give you exactly what you need to hear in this, someone helping you up. You are doing your own job. Don't make a mistake about it. They won't do your job for you, but they're giving you a leg up. In what situation? This endless situation, you have found yourself stuck and the situation is not changing. So first and foremost, I want to request spirit to bring forward direct messages from the divine, for the divine feminines. What does she maximum need to keep in mind at this time of a lot of flux, of a lot of purging triggers, childhood wounds coming up, needing to stand her ground, be assertive without shutting her heart, without becoming the runner now? What does she need to keep maximum in her mind at this time? She is going through her revision. This did come out last time as well. Consistency. You have to be consistent as well, divine feminines, in what you're doing, be it your rituals, your violet flame, your Ho'oponopono, your golden shard, your gratitude list, be it your affirmations, whatever it might be, you have to also be very consistent with your work, with your discipline. I'm finding that I'm having a bit of a struggle with so many. It's like the seven of cup energies, which is not always about illusions. It's about your emotions, your energy being divided into so many cups. And the last few days seems to feel that my energy is not only with multiple people, multiple situations, but multiple timelines and dimensions all at once with lack of sleep. The lack of sleep is also being caused a lot of times because of where the divine masculine is, and it's a lot of times that the only time they give in to communicating or connecting with the divine feminine is when they are going to sleep. What the divine feminine has been trying to do is preserve a way of life, and that is not how I usually see this card. But there is a transformation, there is a depth of how things have been, so that something new can get born. So something that has been going around and round and round, endless loop of thousand lifetimes worth of the same things happening. Now she is going to have to focus on ending the old ways, not allowing the old stuff to continue. Yes, she is now on a self discovery, a new way of looking at things, kind of a journey. There is going to be forward movement. And yes, you might be divinely inspired, receive answers during your dream state if you do get some sleep. I am not been getting sleep now for months, literally. So it is taking a weird, I mean, it's not, I'm not lacking in energy or anything, but a lot of dream work, there's too many. The work that we do when we are asleep, and you heal and regenerate and you go through upgrades far more easily. Integration of the new energies is far simpler when you're sleeping. That then when you have to do it awake, it kind of sometimes gets a little um, too much. And what she is going through or will be experiencing over the next few days is a bit of friction. I just spoke about that. There's a slight disalignment between mind, heart, soul, and not knowing what is the Neptunian energy bringing up illusions or old fears, or what is her actual intuition talking, what is the divine guidance, should I stay, what is going on, what am I supposed to do in this situation, and along with that, it could actually be a little bit of friction between the divine feminine and the divine masculine, which is essentially happening to help her assert herself. There might be a huge surge of Kundalini energy. So you might be getting body rashes, sun rashes on your shoulders, your back, which are rash like, and but they are shifty, they are moving across your body, a sudden feeling like heat flash, hot flash, burst of sweating, you know, face feeling flushed and heated up, your palms feeling like they are on fire. This is all your Kundalini rising up and up. So you will have to learn. You can Google about it and go to a reliable site how you can manage and actually anchor the wonderful energy. It may feel for some as very sexual, which is what is triggering the sexual healing, which is supposed to come forward at this time. So, what does the divine feminine need to understand with regards to her divine masculine? One or both of you are part of the karmic template, so I'm just reiterating that. What does the divine feminine right now need to know, understand, or be aware of with regards to her divine masculine? These are the feminine's energies right now. I'll just keep them aside. If you are enjoying my messages, please do give it a thumbs up, and I would greatly appreciate if you would subscribe as well, support my channel. That would be really awesome. Thank you for being here. If you'd like to say hi, love to hear from you. Alright. Healer of the ages. The message I'm hearing with this card is the divine intervention is taking place. Angels, masters, guides, in fact, God, Goddess, they are bringing healing to this connection, to this relationship, and they are assisting us to get back into balance, to heal our old wounds, open hearts. There are two flames here. The heart chakra is expanding. Third eye is being opened for divine masculine and a lot of divine feminines. It's getting expanded. There is healing. It is going to bring forward harmony and peace and love. Happy. Happiness is coming, divine feminines. Hold on. There is the angel of strength with all of us, be it divine masculines or feminines at this time, because what the divine feminine needs to know is the divine masculine is going through an immense healing. There's a huge shift. His perspective is being changed. The entire way he has been looking at life is blowing up in his face. Everything he thought was reality is being shifted. What he thought was his stability is being broken down with tower moments after tower moments after tower moments. And so he is going through a lot, but the angel of strength and courage, Ariel, is with him, but so does the divine feminine need to be in her strength because there are a lot of changes underway right now. Not to lose your patience, not to lose your faith, to not give in, not to settle for lesser than you deserve, not to just say, okay, it's better than nothing, so I will accept it. All right, the huge changes, huge. I cannot reiterate that enough right now. Now, what the divine masculine is going through at this point is a lot of financial constraints, and the divine feminine needs to understand that this may not just be financial, though the card says that it can be about time restrictions. He's feeling very confused. He's wondering how he can bring stability into his physical reality. He's not understanding that the way to that is through his following his soul. It has to come from a pure and sacred place where he is being selfish. He's getting a rap on the hand again and again and again. Okay, he is being brought into his heart center. He is learning, he will have to learn how to be compassionate, caring, loving, expressive in his connection. He's being changed where he has been giving his love and care. He's going to be made to realize it was not the correct person. There's an illusion he fell into. This is what I call the misplaced loyalty. The emotions, the loyalty, the energy the divine masculine was born with regards to his divine feminine. When they got involved with the karmic partner, and this can be whatever gender you might be, they started giving it to that partner where it was not reciprocated, it was not appreciated, and then they started shutting down. They stopped showing their vulnerability. They started thinking that it is not safe to love. I am not worthy of love. I will never be accepted the way I am. I am not enough. I don't deserve this. I'm not worthy of this. And because the world has treated me like this, I'm going to go ahead and treat others like that. Their wounds are now being coming up. They are surfacing. And the angel of balance, um, this is Gabriel, I believe, is working with the twins right now, individually and as one unit to heal, to restore the balance, to bring in the balance between emotions and thought, between there's something magical. And yes, those of you who resonate with Egyptian past lives, timelines, feel drawn to pyramids or the protective eye. I have Mother Isis right here. You have to work together as a team. You will have to communicate. You will have to speak. You will have to express. You will have to reduce, give unconditional love and acceptance. That healing is being brought forward right now. Throat chakra is so significant at this time. Everyone, masculine or the feminine, their truths, their anchoring into the physical reality is almost hanging on that one point of will you communicate or not? Will you express or not? The trumpet of judgment has been blown a few weeks ago. And now, what they have come to the realization, the decisions, the recognition of this divine connection, the masculines are being told, they are being pushed, they're being encouraged to speak up for sure, as well as to take action, to go towards the yin and yang balance, to go towards the divine partner, to take action, to speak the truth, to demonstrate the caring and concern, to collaborate so that the balance can be restored. There is this prosperity with this lady. The divine feminine has been working on building her prosperity. But if this is the connection, no, that's not coming across. So it is the divine feminine. She is solid. She's in a nine of pentacle energies. She has worked on becoming independent, self-sufficient, financial prosperity, building her business, all of that. Well, she is listening to her intuition at this time. The only thing is she's reluctant. She's waiting for her intuition to guide her whether she can trust the divine masculine again or not. And this is the sacred path. This is a sacred connection. What does the divine feminine need to understand about the divine masculine is that yes, he is on the path, he is walking it, he is making his way to her, coming into that sacred space. What does the divine masculine need to know about his divine feminine, regardless of who is in the karmic connection, one or both? Hey Ravisha darling, hi, how are you? This is a very intense read. This is for those in karmic templates, and I've been wanting to do this reading since 2 days, if you remember. And as usual, I can't sleep. Throat chakra. So, what does the divine masculine need to understand about the divine feminine at this time? Alright, the divine feminine may be withdrawing into her solitude energy. She may right now not be communicating as much. She may have gone into her hermit mode because she is trying to gain her wisdom. She is trying to come back into her inner balance. She knows that right now all she can do is surrender to the divine. She is walking her path. She is allowing this angel of balance, all these angels who have come out here to guide her on her path. Yes, she is in inner conflict, feeling defeated, thinking that there is no positive outcome for this particular connection with the divine masculine. Because of that, I think she is probably going to communicate that she's not seeing enough change. She might be seeing her divine masculine that he has been defeated by the matrix, by the karmic energy, that he will never take action towards her, that he doesn't have the courage or the strength. So, or she might be seeing him as being emotionally withdrawn, not opening his heart chakra or his emotions, expressing his love towards her, and which is why she's gone back into her solitude energy. This is the endless cycle, of him being the wounded warrior and then being emotionally withdrawn. We've seen that with the round and round. So she could be mirroring the same thing back and being in her solitude, purging all of these ancient wounds. And what is coming out of that is triumph. She is trusting that the masculine will return triumphant to her, but also that she is going to be victorious in the situation. Alright, anything else? The divine masculine. I don't know, I had asked that question, but it came across as completely different. The messages. For some, sacred union is going to be taking place um, between these two partners. There is hope. The divine feminine is carrying hope. So if the divine masculine thinks she has given up all hope, that's not true. Yes, she's feeling defeated. Yes, she has doubts, but she's also carrying this lamp of hope within her heart. She is waiting. She's waiting even though she has withdrawn. She knows it's a matter of divine timing. There's nothing she can do to hurry it up. Yes, it makes her feel a little out of balance, but she's juggling. She's mastered it. She's understood that this is something that she cannot force. And the minute she comes into that acceptance, there is going to be positive forward movement in the emotional life, in the emotional space. There is going to be victory out here. So, this is not for the collective, Ravisha. This is for those in karmic situations specifically, because this is a very significant time period. What are the blockages that those in the karmic situations are needing to work on or are removing at this point, at this time? They're removing blockages, anything that is in the way of this spiritual union. Wow, there's a lot we are clearing at this time. No wonder it's being so intense. There's going to be material harvest. So anything that's blocking the material harvest, learning to be assertive without being stubborn. Our spiritual strength is being returned to us by the more faith we are keeping, the more we are surrendering, the more we are allowing ourselves to flow with where the divine is taking us, and also choosing wisely where you're investing your emotions. What are you choosing for yourself? Recognizing the truth of the situations, when to be in solitude and when to take the positive forward movement, when to be in communication, when to stand your ground, when to be yielding. Choose wisely. Like I said in the beginning of this read, Seven of Cups energy, where there's so much happening in the divine feminine's life that she's feeling a little stretched, spread too thin. She needs to listen to her intuition at this time. So her third eye, their third eye is opening up. This may be re-establishing of telepathy between the two twins. It may be if there was a blockage, if there was interference. There is a lot of interference that is trying to kind of keep the twins apart from each other, but the spiritual union is right here. Okay, so the blockages to that are being removed by the divine. As long as you follow your intuition, whoever is watching, whenever you watch this, it is hi Monica, hi. Please do watch this entire reading, Monica. It's very, very relevant. So you have to listen to your intuition. If you already have a telepathic connection with your twin, it is going to get stronger, and you'll have to start trusting, because a lot of things that they are wanting to express to you and are confused how to, they are communicating, be it in your dream state, be it when you are doing something else. You will literally hear their voice. It will not be your brain speaking. You will hear their voice in your head. It will be completely unexpected. It can be one sentence. Like there was a time when I was like, please give me clarity. Who is my twin? And is it the soulmate of my? I mean, now I'm saying soulmate, my catalyst, or this particular person? Is he truly my twin flame, or is it just an illusion that I'm carrying? Whatever. And I was praying, and I was, after that, I went into a little bit of a meditative trance, and I heard the his voice loud and clear. He said his name and said, Naam hai mera, and that this is my name. It You will hear his voice or her voice loud and clear in your head, not like you are trying to hear their voice. They have been very profound dreams over the past 2 months, which I have been getting, and there's a particular timeline in which I have seen those dreams always come true for me, which are very predictive. Another thing I want to kind of say at this time, that when you restart your communication or your connection with your twin, please don't share that information with except your maybe your twin flame coach, or um, not your best friend. Nobody. Try to keep it sacred, pure, because while the healing is ongoing, there's a lot of vulnerability. There is going to be a lot of old stuff which is coming out, and you have to clear it. But when you speak to someone about it, um, it becomes harder. You have to wade through much more mud to clear that energy, right? So stay in solitude, divine feminines especially. Do your work, do your journaling, do re-watch the videos, the previous videos. See where you are stuck on any of these. Are you being assertive? Are you working on your material prosperity? I felt my work has kind of dwindled in the last 1 month, though I deliberately had to take a break. I was guided to, I know I'm still being guided to continue on taking a little bit of a break, but I'm feeling that I need to refocus on my professional earning, my material prosperity, um, be it your spiritual strength. How firm is your faith on the divine? You may not have that much faith on this connection. That's fine. That is going to get healed. But on the divine, do you know that God has your back, that your masters are supporting you, that they're carrying you, that they're healing your heart? Are you listening to your intuition? Because this cycle is coming to an end. What cycle? This cycle that has been going on and on and on endlessly, of non-communication, and of running, ghosting, of separation, all of that. So we are going to now check for a little bit of else do we need to understand, and what What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine? And I never use this deck for that, it's weird. What does the divine masculine want to communicate to his divine feminine at this time? I am finding the divine masculine wanting to reach out, feeling a lot of love, but also going back and forth and being a little stubborn, not being in yielding, not wanting to be vulnerable in front of his feminine, which is what is probably triggering the feminines. Even if you don't know, it might be just happening within you and not you not knowing what the hell. Okay, so this is what the divine masculine wants to tell you, that he has been focused thus far on his family and tribe, his community, his social standing. Why do his messages never change? He is in the process of discovering his life purpose. All right. He knows he is haunted by this connection. Songs are speaking to him at this time, reminding him of you. Nature is reminding him of you. He's very, very attracted and pulled towards you. He is saying, please keep the faith. He's reiterating, keep the faith, divine feminine, because God is with us and He is going through inner child healing, and He recognizes that maybe you are going through an inner child healing as well. What does the divine feminine want to express or say, communicate to the divine masculine? I know, of course, you will know, but still, if there is any message for divine masculines, if they watch this video from the divine feminines, you can always reverse it too. So she's saying to him, let go of your false pride and vanity and about what others are going to think about you. Stop wearing that mask because it's time for you to shine your divine masculine energies. You're very loved. You're already respected. I love you exactly the way you are. It's time for you to open your heart. 11. Come into this connection and time for you to now shine your divine masculine energies. Wow, there's a completion definitely. She wants to tell him there is a world inside the world that he's perceiving that is not the end and all. There is yet another world he has to discover, and that she can be the catalyst to him realizing that, experiencing that world within world energies. That's wow. As well as she is telling him to be grounded, to connect with Mother Earth, maybe walk barefoot, and that Mother Earth is bringing us together. That's a number 22. We are being brought together. Our roots, when we ground every time, when we visualize our roots, we are going, our roots have traversed under the grid lines and they are now kind of interlocking with each other, and that is making this magnetic pull really, really strong. All right. So, what, to check? What is the divine masculine surrendering at this time? Or does he need to surrender? He's surrendering. Let's talk about he's surrendering. He is going through massive changes and transformations. He definitely is. The divine feminines I know are defensive at this time, which is but natural. But try not to harden your heart or to go into negative mind space or think thoughts like this is never gonna work, or I just want to move on. I want someone else, or you know, I can't do this anymore. I know those thoughts come up, and you just have to release them and recenter as soon as you feel back to being in your energy and vibration. You have to just again just send healing light to the divine masculine, to your connection, to ask for divine protection. Divine protection right now is very important because there's a lot of interference, and the bottom of the deck is surrender to miracles. Don't ask how, when, why, where, how is it going to happen. Okay, what the divine masculine needs to do right now is rest and sleep and rejuvenate. Is going through tremendous healing at this time, and of course I began my today's video with this, that the divine feminines are also not being able to sleep because he is obsessively thinking about her at this time. Hey girls, do remember to give me a thumbs up while you're here. He is being reminded that life is not all about obligation, responsibilities, burdens, and sadness, that he needs to find his inner joy and to share that joy with the divine feminine as well, to bring joy into her life as well. He needs to surrender his defensiveness. He is afraid of being hurt, of being seen as weak or vulnerable, or that he will be judged, as everyone in his life has been doing so far, criticizing him, nagging him, finding faults with him. And so he's projecting his fears of how he has been judged before onto the divine feminine. Even if she's not blaming him for something, he thinks that she is. All right, that she's trying to control him, manipulate him, or force him into doing things. And so he needs to really, really surrender his defensiveness. He has to, or he is surrendering the habit of people pleasing. There are times when he doesn't want to go to a party, for example, but he'll say yes so that his friends or family don't feel bad. He will be doing things just to keep people around him happy, and now he's being asked to surrender this habit of, oh, but if you're staying in the society, that is something you have to do. This is the correct way of. He's letting go of those shams and those masks. Okay, so there are places where he has been doing too much. He has been working too much. He might have been running around like a headless chook, and be it in his profession, be it with his karmic relationships, be it with his friends, family, he's been overworking himself, and now he has to take a break and go into a rest mode. And I'm seeing this being mirrored by the divine feminine, who is also going into solitude, is withdrawing all her energies and going into healing and aligning herself. And biggest of all, the divine masculine is coming into surrender to God, realizing this is way bigger than two people. This is way more powerful than just another relationship. This has far more repercussions, consequences. This is not a contract you can just walk out and do whatever with, because every time the masculines have done that, and especially now with Saturn going direct, karma, um, karmic black backlash, not from the karma with the divine feminine also. The backlash might be coming in different forms, and not just to the masculine, to the feminines too. So let's see what kind of chakras, what kind of symptoms are the feminines and the masculines going through. Both are definitely clearing out the solar plexus, throat chakra, and third eye. That I have been posting about. I've been very aware from all the different people and what I'm observing, what I'm channeling. So, the divine masculines, what chakras are they clearing at this time? There were these few messages which I really wanted to talk about how once you come into this reconnection, recommunication, trying to come on the same page, that don't share that information, that do protect yourself and your divine partner's energy. Continue sending them love. Try not to be in a negative mind space. Um, Continue doing the the healing work that you're doing. Keep focusing on your finances. Feminine, divine feminine, divine feminine. So do go back and watch from the beginning this video, because there are a lot of messages between the reading and the reading, as you can see, has come out very intense as well. So let's see, divine masculines. Throat chakra, of course, but he has to also not just speak up, but learn to listen. Not listen to reply or listen with the assumption he knows what the divine feminine or anyone else communicating to him is saying, but really, really listen. Listen to his intuition, listen to the divine guidance, listen to the unsaid words, listen to feelings of others, be compassionate. The ear chakra might be going through things, for the divine masculine. Psychic development, like I said, the third eye is definitely getting clearing and opening. So they might be getting blasting headaches, they might be getting tingles and itching on their forehead, nose. The sinuses are getting cleared out. Today on Instagram, I did post about that, which reminds me, if um, you are someone who benefits from my energy updates and my posts, please do follow me on spirit.live is my Instagram handle. Please follow me there, because the other day I did a live over there. So it was for the third waivers. Um, it would greatly help me, because sometimes I'm not able to do audios or something over here. Because Monica, you're not on my Instagram. I've noticed that. So psychic development is going on, and they are almost there. They're already feeling the intuition, the telepathy, the connection. They are seeing visions, a lot of messages about how to go forward, what the feminine needs at this time, because a lot of feminines are not just physically and emotionally exhausted, at a spirit level, at a certain level, because they've been going through so much birth and dark night of the soul, and having to do so much, carried the burden for so much, that they're exhausted. And now the masculine is having to step up and bring that energy, that strength, that courage back to the feminine abundance. So wherever they are in the mentality of lack, be it of time, of love, of I'm not capable of doing this, I'm not capable of giving that, I don't have enough financial security, because it does keep coming last few readings that they are feeling financial constraint, that they have to stop looking at things from a mentality of lack and scarcity. The more they are going to practice gratitude, joy, and be more giving towards the divine feminine, the more they will get abundant. Holistic health, yes, even their Kundalini rising is happening again. This is the base chakra, so they may be getting a lot of lower back ache. They might be releasing a lot of old pain through the back. It might be legs, their feet, there might be injuries on their legs, which might be happening. Tingles, there is going to be Kundalini awakening in them as well, which is going to go straight right up to the third eye. So it's going to be very intense time for them at this time. So feminines, if both you and your masculines for temporarily just go back into silence, into your own corners, don't get worried that this is not working and that all is doomed. It's not that. You can see what's happening. The divine feminine is going through her awakening. Both are. You're now very back to back, neck to neck. And her crown chakra is getting like blasted open. So there are going to be moments when your days when you're very sleepy. Then there are times when you're going to be so full of energy. You're going to be receiving your spiritual insights, your epiphanies, your gifts. It's up to you how much you practice or put them to good use. But regardless, your ascension is going through an acceleration, so the symptoms will obviously come up. So, any part of your body where symptoms arise, it is a number 11 again. So, you are being aligned, you are being made ready. It is like you are giving birth or you are being birthed. It's like you are giving birth to your own new self. Wow. So, sacral chakra, I've already spoken about this, the sexual frustrations, the desire for a deep connection, which is not just based on lust or desire, but has a deep connection. There is a lot of mm passion and true emotions, and where you feel safe, where you feel equal, where there's an equal give and take. And it is not just when one person decides to come and things like that. What is the divine feminine working towards is reaching inner peace, because once her crown chakra is open, there is going to be a feeling of peace which is not going to be easily disturbed. So go through this process because you're reaching here. Um, and weird, the third card is again about I am presence, working with the affirmations of I am love, I am light, I am prosperity, I am growth. You are coming into your I am presence. You are going to become a co creator after that. You may be finding that anything you think multiplies, it manifests instantly. Now, over the next few weeks, you're going to realize what a powerful manifestor you have become. So keep your thoughts very positive. Think only that which you want to bring into existence. That's a number 3 card. Use your visualization techniques. When you're daydreaming, when you're thinking something, think about things that you want in your life. You want to be happy, you want to go for a long drive, you want to go for a movie, whatever, big or small, visualize it. Visualize yourself being successful. Visualize yourself being in this happy connection relationship with your divine masculine. Visualize it because now you are going to manifest it. And yes, there is a lot of telepathic communication. Then, even though you may feel in your physical reality there's a lack of communication, it is ongoing telepathically. You both are picking up on each other's feelings, emotions, thoughts. Okay, so for example, if I'm feeling pissed at my twin, he's going to pick up on that, and the minute I will come back into my inner balance, he's also going to get a sigh of relief, and vice versa. All right. So, there was another question which I had thought I will ask today, but it seems to have slipped my mind. So I'm just going to ask for any concluding messages from the divine for those of us in a karmic situation with our twin flames, in our twin flame connection, where there are karmic situations. Is there any messages for us with regards to our twin? Those of us who have had abandonment issues, feelings of unrequited love, of feeling that they ghosted or abandoned you, left you, you have been carrying this feeling of being orphaned, feeling you don't have anybody in this world. You have been feeling left out in the cold, alone, that no one cares, and that is now going through a huge change. This cycle is over. It is over. There's a regeneration. New leaves are going to come where you didn't expect it. This, be it from this person, if this person is canceling their or breaking their sacred contract, well, that is their karma, but you will go through a period of regeneration and find you will be given blessings, and there is going to be spring where you thought everything was dead and gone, and that you thought never will the sun rise up again, you will never feel happy again. Yes, you will. It's happening now with higher power, God, divine assistance. You will find strange people bringing you the assistance you need, your intuition guiding you. There's a key on her third eye, and that is being passed down to your divine masculine. You are going to receive your stability, your sense of peace. You have to just keep surrendering and aligning, coming back into your center. Keep your vibrations and thoughts positive and high, because you are being assisted by the divine at this time. Yes, be in your feminine energy. I think this is a message for the divine feminines. Be open hearted. I'm wearing this pink, which the pink color has come right now. Be in your yin energy. Be receptive. Be in this unconditional love, not just for your divine masculine, for everyone involved. Speak your truth, whatever your truth is. If you need to stand up for yourself and say something is unacceptable, say it. If you need something, ask for it. Anything, any lies, any mask you've been wearing, divine feminines or masculines, I feel this is for both. Remove the mask that has to change, and now you have to be by the book. You have to be diligent, in integrity, authentic, be in self love, in self worth. You have to be your best version. Okay, you cannot be lying and being a people pleaser and being codependent and giving into all that, and then expect this sacred union to just fall into your lap. So you we all are being told we have to go by the book, and this book we are being guided by our intuition. There is a change in the wind. So what has been going on? Yes, there is a storm warning in that sense. The winds are shaking everything up, and there's a lot of change. But what is it leading to? Is co-creation, working with your divine masculine to create that stability, to come into your powers. There is this divine egg. Something new is being birthed. There's wisdom here, there's courage here. It is being birthed. Where is my. Alright, final messages, please. This is not the deck I'm looking for. Hmm, Final messages, please, for those in the karmic situations. This portal is very powerful. Let's not go back to our old cycles and patterns that have come out in the collective reading. Make sure you don't settle, that you don't again start accepting breadcrumbs. The minute you see the red flags for that behavior coming back from your divine masculine, for everyone it's different what the toxic energy is, immediately put it down. Say no. Say no. Use your time productively. Yes, your perspective will change about certain things, because things are not as they are appearing on the surface. There's a lot going on behind the scene, and a lot of things that you don't know. And again, the same message, you are going to receive guidance about what you're going to be specializing in, be it your spiritual gifts, be it your life mission. Maybe you're being encouraged to go forward with higher education if someone is planning on that. I just heard that in my head, higher education. So if that is something that is pulling you, do look into that, because you're being asked to focus on that. And I'm just not feeling this reading is done, but I can't seem to remember the question. Okay, future, next few days, what's coming for the twins? The union energies together as one. What is coming our way over the next few days? Next few days, please. Next few days. What can the twins expect in the physical realm over the next few days? Give away too many. What can the twin flames expect in the physical reality of the next few days? Right. Here comes the sun. Thank you. Wow. So, whatever you are thinking is what you're manifesting, that is being reiterated. What can we expect over the next few days? Healing, clarity, happiness, success, prosperity, true love. Goddess of the moon. I'm not going by whatever the meaning of the card is. The message that popped into my head is work with and observe your relationship to the moon cycles. Um, you are someone who could have been someone who would have been considered a witch in previous lifetimes, essentially someone who works with the elements, works with the moon energies, who's affected a lot by the moon, like full moon makes you moody, weepy, emotional, or powerful. Please observe you are someone who's been guided by, and you might be clearing out old fears, your shadow aspects for sure, but you are someone who has hidden gifts, talents, spiritual powers, so you need to tap into that. Yes, someone is contemplating whether to walk out of a certain gate or not because they want to move towards stability, security, a firm foundation. And the final message is it is coming. There is going to be balance between the yin and yang. We got the yin card from this deck, another deck. We are coming into balance. Just stay in your center, keep surrendering. Um, I really hope if these messages will resonate with all of you who will watch. This is going to be for those who are in some form of karmic template. So I wish you all the best and God bless you. I would love to hear your comments. If you have questions, what kind of readings, if you would like me to answer some things in the next live or next reading that I can record and upload, please leave it in the comments. Please share and support my channel. Your giving it a thumbs up will also help it reach more news feeds. So with that, I leave you all tonight. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Saturn goes direct today, so all the very best.